2025 BMW Z4.
Manual transmission, no launch control.
Yeah, baby! Oh, yeah!
She's a ripper.
Horsepower and torque.
382 horsepower, 369 pound-feet of torque from a 3-liter turbo inline 6-cylinder B58 engine.
And we got the manual. Finally, they introduced one for this Gen Z4.
They copied the Toyota Supra.
Ah, good one. All right, so I guess the biggest thing we want to know is, since this and the Supra are kind of the same car, is the Supra transmission Toyotaized enough compared to the BMW transmission?
Okay,
What's the answer? That's all anyone wants to know. Subscribe for the answer.
The answer is, in my opinion, that the Toyota Supra has the better manual transmission and the better transmission experience. However, this is not bad.
Okay,
it's still good.
Is there anything wrong with it?
A couple minor things. Okay, so let's talk transmission because that's what this whole car is about right now. It is a 6-speed manual. It does feel a little bit rubbery. And as you saw all of those little rev matches right there, the only way that I have found to turn off the gear shift assistant is to put this into Sport Individual, which I have then customized to then have it off.
No hard button for rev shift.
No, which is
rev
like,
match.
You had one job for a manual car. There is even a blank button right here where you could have a gear shift assistant to turn on or off. So like, it's just so close. It's so close.
I feel like they're not making this to like sell more manuals. They're just making this as like a pity car for like the fanboys.
Yeah, and I'm glad that they did. Like, 'cause it is still great, and I love that it exists because it does elevate the experience, and it makes you feel like you're like kind of in a classic BMW experience where you have a manual transmission with a nice inline 6, and it does still rip, and it's like it's still genuinely really fun to drive. It's just like, it's not as good of an overall shifting driving experience as the Supra because even the clutch is like a little bit too springy and rubbery.
But is it on par with other BMW manuals?
I think it's actually better than what I remember the M3 manual feeling like, but it's been a while.
So that's good.
Exactly.
They did a good job.
Yes.
Yeah.
The crazy part is Toyota had to parts bin a BMW parts bin to make theirs, and they somehow made it better.
Yeah, but Toyota's Toyota, you know, that was their only mission, right?
True. But BMW did not just slap this transmission in here and call it a day. There's actually a significant amount of changes. So they had to re-engineer an existing transmission to work with this. So it is a custom, unique transmission to this as well. But it also gets a bunch of suspension and steering changes. So the steering's been recalibrated, apparently. Honestly, I couldn't tell you because I'd have to drive them back to back. So it's probably fairly minor. It feels fine.
It's nice and light.
Yes.
Almost a little too light, but you got to think of this as like a luxury Miata that's supposed to be soft.
Except that they had to actually add a stiffer anti-roll bar in the manual for some reason, and then they gave it staggered wheels. I'm not talking width, I'm talking 19s in the front, 20s in the back, because that apparently helps you put the power down in this.
Well, the power does get put down
it does.
very nicely in this.
But it does still kind of like move around on you. Like it's a little bit of a Miata experience, like you said, where it's like there is some body roll, which is fine. It's fun in a car like this.
Yeah, and with these seats combined, like it is a very soft experience. Like this is very comfortable.
Very pleasant. And the adaptive dampers have also been retuned. Now, they were really comfortable in the auto one that we drove, and they're, I don't know, the same comfort in here. Like, I don't notice any difference. It's really comfortable. I'm driving this in Sport Plus right now, just so I have the gear shift assistant on. But if I dial this into Sport Individual, like, it's still just as comfortable. So I've been kind of just driving this in Sport Plus for the most part.
Yeah, it's very nice.
Yeah, like BMW does not screw up their suspension basically ever, as far as I can remember.
Like, is there another comfortable convertible manual like this that you can think of? Like,
convertible manual.
That's like kind of comfortable. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, like, Miata.
But
right?
It's like that's so much like more like rinky-dink than this. Not that there's anything wrong with it.
I'm sure there are some, but I can't think of them right now.
Are there?
Mercedes doesn't have anything manual.
No.
Supra's not manual. Supra's not a convertible. What else is there?
I think this is all you get if you want like something cool.
There's nothing Korean. There's nothing Japanese. Huh.
Yeah. Mark your corner. Damn, bro.
But that's not it for changes. They also changed the traction control system. They recalibrated for the manual, and then they also changed the calibration for the M Sport differential. So I guess the lockup point or something like that.
Electronic locking differential.
Yeah, so it is really good, and like this thing through Cliche, which I will rip through it soon, handles really, really well. But driving this daily, extremely comfortable. Like extremely comfortable to the point that you don't even think about the fact that it's manual. And because it's such a rubbery transmission, half the time, like, oh yeah, it is manual. Like, it's
I mean, okay, wait, instead of rubbery, can we use the word like soft and cushy?
Sure, if that would
because
make
I don't want to be mean to this
get
car.
We're not mean to it. We're just presenting the facts as they are. So,
but that gets people upset.
It's the honest truth.
I know, but being honest gets people mad. Soft and cushy.
Hey man, if they can't take rubbery transmission,
they can't handle the truth.
Exactly, because the gates, like the way that you. Anyways, let's send it to Cliche Corner. Enough about the gates. Oh yeah, here we go. It actually rips through here. It is really fun to drive. It's so predictable. The balance is like right where it should be. It doesn't. It's not going to oversteer unless I want it to. Like and
it's a controllable oversteer that you can like dial in with the traction too.
Yeah, or with my foot. You can steer this with your foot, which is the best part of any rear-wheel drive car, really.
BMWs are really good at that.
Yes. And there are some other subtle changes here and there, like the badges and stuff like that. So you want to talk about the exterior of this thing a little bit?
Yeah, because you know why?
Why?
Because this is my favorite looking current BMW.
I know it is, because of the headlights in the front end.
Yeah, just everything about it. It looks perfect.
Yeah.
I mean, the M5, that's something cool coming out.
Yep.
I'm sure somebody will like it.
And we have this frozen deep.
No, it's my turn to talk about that.
Oh, sorry, buddy.
Don't talk about the frozen.
Oh, I'm sorry, buddy.
That's what I'm talking about, baby.
So you can still do all that.
You can still have some fun. Oh, could I put it in neutral and rev?
It looks like you can.
Let's listen to it.
From the outside.
Good old good BMW sounding BMW.
Yes, very smooth and buttery.
Okay, looks-wise, we've had a lot of green BMWs lately. Somebody at BMW corporate is like, I love green. We're gonna make the press car color and product photos of everything green.
That's fair.
And I'm all right with that.
Yeah.
But I do not like the frozenness of this as much as I like that last purple one or the last red one we drove as for paint color.
I can understand that. So this is frozen deep green metallic, and that is an appropriate name.
How much does this cost? Like $17,000?
Whoa, we'll get to that later.
Okay, I do like that the badges are black with a white outline. Like, I don't personally like that look.
Only on the manual.
I think that is cool, and that is a cool way to distinguish it, because when I see M4, I know the seatbelt lock up real hard, eh?
It's really annoying, actually.
Let me slow down. I have noticed a lot of like the M4s and M3s on the road. When I see a black badge on them, I'm like, you coward.
I mean, it's most of them.
And then but you see a bunch with silver badges, you're like, yeah, there you go.
I don't think I've literally seen one, maybe one on the road.
I see so many. That's all I look for.
You live in rich Toronto. I'm out in the poor country.
I'm definitely not. I'm not in the rich Toronto. I'm on the edge of Toronto. I am like barely got a postal code and phone number Toronto. But overall, the color and paint stuff is really interesting. Like when it pops hard, but it's hard to get it to pop.
And the spec is really good with these cognac seats.
Cognac. I feel like it should have cognac interior everywhere though.
Yeah, that'd be great. If they just cut it at the stitch line so that it didn't blind you, it'd be pretty cool.
Next time. And then wheels are pretty cool, black and white or black and brushed metal, whatever. What machined?
Yeah.
Not like my ideal wheel. Like I don't fall in love with it.
Sure.
But it's not bad at all.
It's like a double 5-spoke. It's pretty classic design. Can't go wrong.
And then what would be the Continental recommended tire for a Z4 M40i Manual?
The Continental Extreme Contact Sport 02. Oh, Yuri, I forgot to bring my medal today. The one that I won, because you won one too.
Oh yeah. Okay. So shout out the BMW driving school in North Carolina.
Yes, in the Carolinas, and we also won medals there. And shout out Continental for bringing us out there for the experience.
From the whole Conti team for the autocross course, the fastest was it you, then me, and then Pete? Or
no, Pete was number one. Speed Academy. Shout out Pete, our boy, Speed Academy. Then it was me, number 2, and then it was Yuri, number 3. Out of everyone, we are the fastest.
You're the fastest.
Second and third fastest.
Unless it comes to a circle, round, wet track, then Jason.
Then I'm the second fastest
Jason
again.
From engineering explained is somehow like a robot and doesn't slip up.
Yeah, he killed it.
Shout out Continental 2024 team, Conti crew.
Conti crew, that's right. I almost wore that shirt today, actually, but I got this one instead.
Other looks, the exhaust tips are
M40i appropriate.
Non-M exhaust tips, but I feel like if you put like Cirque double dual exhaust on here, would that be all right? Because there is no ZM.
Well, here's the
So
thing.
It wouldn't be illegal.
BMW is kind of now doing that on like the M Sport models.
Yeah.
So like, there's no rules anymore, is what I'm finding of new BMW.
Auto rev match, very nice. This thing grips pretty hard, but it feels like after a certain point it like wants to oversteer.
Yeah, but you can still control it really well with your foot and steering. It's great.
I did not get it into third.
See?
The soft and cushiness.
The gates.
The gates,
The
yeah.
rubbery
yeah.
gates.
And I don't usually screw that one
That's
up.
what I'm saying. Anyways, we do also have gloss black in here, which for a convertible, I'm like, come on,
that's
BMW.
dusty as hell. You know what?
Yeah.
I just think it's
Anything else?
Yeah.
Anything else?
okay. The top up and down operation button is pretty chill, unless I'm pushing it the wrong way,
No,
which I did at first.
It works. It works well.
I only have while I'm driving.
Yeah. And we're dark.
Back.
And we're light.
I like that. That's nice.
Yeah. It's a pretty quick operation. Looks cool. My son was really impressed when I did it in the driveway to show him.
Very little wind in here when we have this like wind thing up and the windows up.
Yeah, it's very pleasant, even for myself at 6'1.5". And Yuri, what about these cup holders? You didn't even check them. Aha!
Oh, it's the one where you need the half.
Yes. Yeah.
You know what? With the mayo, I think it might be all right.
It kind of works because I've been putting my cup in the back on, which is annoying to reach, but then my elbow doesn't hit it, so it's kind of acceptable.
Yeah.
And what about the visors?
I wouldn't need to know. Look at this hat.
I gotta find out though.
3, 2, 1. Fail.
Which to be expected.
Yeah. At least it moves to the side.
Yeah.
All right, I got a question for you and all the viewers out there.
Okay.
Is it still a convertible if you're driving with the windows up?
Yes.
Because I know some people
Because
think
this.
I think some people think it should be down. You know what I mean?
I
Like,
understand
What's
that.
the point? But like sometimes like the wind is really loud.
Exactly. I do both in my SL500. Just depends on the day.
The second I get on the highway, I'm like windows up.
highway?
And then not on the highway, like windows down.
Yeah, yeah.
Get the arm out there, just dragging.
Exactly.
You know, I bought a new convertible.
Yeah, you did.
We'll expose that soon, unless you follow on Instagram, in which case you already know.
Exactly. And I bought a new car, which you guys will also have seen that video soon as well.
Here's the hint of my car.
My hint is, wee!
You bought a Hellcat?
Maybe.
Okay.
Follow us on Instagram.
Okay, other stuff. Cool gauge cluster, normal, whatever, older style. Older infotainment.
1
Give me
to
some.
8.
Give me some.
Hard butt tens.
Yes. I love this tech in here. It is great.
Yeah.
Man.
It's crazy that this is like the last car with
No,
this
I
for us to drive,
know.
probably.
I know.
Before this gets like an 80-inch widescreen.
Oh God. Like it's just not my favorite. I know some people like it. But
And we do have heated seats, which is a hard button, not the infotainment. We do have wireless CarPlay only because
Yeah,
it's
that's
not
how they do
wired.
it.
It's older.
we got the safety halo button. I haven't seen that in so long.
Dude, I turned that off right away because the lane stuff was kind of bothering me through here. You just hold it and then all off and you're good to go.
Hey, I got another question about the heel toe rev matching, downshift auto rev match stuff.
I know the answer and I know your
Okay,
question.
so I'm in Sport Plus,
Yes,
right? So
yes.
it's on. Remember in the M2, if we held traction all the way off, that was the only way to get.
Correct.
So let's hold traction all the way off.
There.
Is
It's
there
off.
more than that? Or
No,
is
no, it's
that
off. It says DSC off.
It's still
Still
auto
on.
rev matches, yeah.
Yeah.
So I guess you have to do it through your configure.
That's what yeah. Like if they even had a thing that was in the infotainment that said gear shift assistant and then you can map it to one of these hard buttons, that would also work.
Good transmission. I like it.
Yeah,
I
but
like it a lot.
It's got some rev hang because you're shifting like with the not smoothness of it. So it's like if the RPMs are staying a little bit high in between, you have to almost like wait a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah, you figure that out with the manual
Modern-
car the more you drive it.
Modern cars do that.
Okay, a little bit of trunk room.
Yes. Enough for 2 carry-ons. though.
Man, I like this car a lot.
The seats are really comfortable too.
Yeah. Hey,
Yeah.
let's get to the price.
Okay, this one is $82,000 to start.
Canadian.
And this one is actually spec'd out to $96,000.
Yeah.
Okay, but you can get that down because the paint, as you asked earlier, $6,000 by itself. So there's already 90. Yes, that's still a lot, but like you can still
Yeah,
chop
if
some
if
stuff
they've
off.
got the market cornered, and if a Miata's already 50K, it's like
It's
let us
true.
know in the comments what manual convertibles that are luxurious-ish
And
we're
brand
missing.
new.
And brand new.
Yeah.
You know what? Sick BMW. BMW people have lots of money. Yo, if you're gonna buy one,
It's great.
make it this.
Go to tsp.truecar.com, buy yourself one of these bad boys or whatever else you want that's similar to this, but I really like this.
My neighbor has an older Z4 convertible
Yeah.
manual, but it's not the 6-cylinder. He's got the 4-cylinder. I know, but at least it's a cool manual one.
Yeah,
right?
it is.
I'm gonna drive it one day. I'm gonna ask him to see how it is. I
Okay.
bet you it's fun. I bet you it's even more Miata. So the clown shoe BMW, that was a Z3 or Z4?
Z3M.
Okay, so then
M Roadster.
is there a convertible version of that? That was the Z3 convertible, right? Was there a Z3M convertible?
Yo, I don't know BMWs that well. I don't remember anything.
All right, well, we found out by looking at that on TrueCar.
There we go. There's our answer right now.
If they clown shoot this.
Well, I guess it was called an M Roadster.
Didn't they make an amazing hardtop version of this?
Yeah, they made the shooting brake version as like a concept. BMW.
Thanks for watching.
Make that one
Thanks for subscribing.
into a car
See y'all later.
that people can buy.
Hope you're having a good summer. Sun protection.